right? I'm not sure if we're started yet. I have no coffee left. So, anyways, that's on. That's on. Let's go ahead and turn on the... there we go there. All right, so that tells me, let's see here. If I go to, that can go off. Okay, here we are. Here we are. We are looking at Inkys Food Storage Planner tonight. Introduction. It's out of beta. This is a fully functional working version here. And if you'll bear with me for a second. Hello, crazy world. So here I am. I always have my Harley sitting over the webcam. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me just see. Here we go. It's all backwards and stuff. Well, anyway. Pro Wrestling in the Corner. So here we have Inkys Food Storage Planner. Okay. What I've done is I've created this over the last, during COVID. I really started fooling around with it. I kind of did it as an exercise just to learn a little bit more about Excel. And this is where it brought me. It can be used for a lot of things, but any kind of long-term storage or planning is where it's at. So let's take a look. I mean, there's notes on the side here. If you really want to see it better, I'll view. You can change the zoom to, I have it set up, so if you change the zoom to 130%, you lose all the notes. There we go. Now we're just looking at the program. We can see what we're looking at here. So what happens is you come in and you take a quick look at the overview, and it shows you, how you're doing for beverages, cereals, proteins. Those are all the different categories that are listed down this way, dairy, condiments, whatever, okay? This blue line here is how much, you are going to need based on how many servings a week for an adult, how many adults you're serving, and how long you're serving for. So you can see I'm doing pretty good here. If I change this, and this shows you where you're at. So for Gatorade Purple, at 7 servings a week, there's 7 servings per pack. I'd probably make that 8. I mean, just, make it easier, okay? We change that to 8. You can change anything that's in yellow, okay, except over here. So anyway, I changed that. So it's 8 servings per pack, 7 per week. I have 28 packs on hand, which is telling me I'm, probably nearly 50, 65% or so of the way up to having my allocation, which would be green all the way through. So this year I have enough of. I have a quota of 40. I have 40 stored. So that means I'm at 100% right there, okay? That's at 7 servings of muscle milk a week. For 4 adults for 2 months, I'm going to need 46 packs stored away. Pretty simple. And then I come over here, and that'll show me, all the total of what I have on here. I'm sorry, my quota, which is here. What I have a quota of is 321. I have 189 cases, so I'm missing 132 items to bring this all up here, basically up to all green. The next thing that I'm going to do is, in fact, I was going to work on it tonight, but I'm going to do it offline because I tried to go through it. And again, I'm just learning. I struggle a little bit. We're going to connect this all down to here. Right now, you just put in how many servings a week you want, and you see how many servings a week of beverages we have. I have 56 servings a week allocated for each adult for beverages. But what I'm going to do over here is beverage servings goal for each person for 1 week. So it'd be 28. So I'm going to have this line down here at the bottom. Look at this too. That was an afterthought. All of this stuff is all related in the formulas, but this isn't in there yet. That'll be version, 3 or 4 or whatever. I was going to hook it up tonight. I just have to do some conditional formatting here. So I want this area here to change the way this area changes. If you notice, if I go up to 8 people, you'll see this green should go down significantly, right? So that tells you a little more than 25, maybe 40% here, because I'm at orange. So these boxes are set up at a value at 100%. For instance, this box here is formatted then when it's 25% of the way or less than, it's pink. 25% it'll turn green, 50% it'll turn orange, 75% of the way it'll turn yellow. So this is about 75% of 50%, which is kind of foolish, but we might work on that a little bit later. But when we get up there, so let's just say we bring this down to 2 people. All right. Now it shows you I've got actually 2 at 75%, so probably closer to 150%, but I've certainly got over 100%. I've got 5 extra cases. I can see that here. So if I took off 5 from here and went to 15, that should bring me up just to about, 4 at 25%, 2 at 50%. I know these numbers in here are kind of silly, but it's something that I haven't learned in the formatting yet. But you see how it all works, right? So I've got 100% of my allocation for Gatorade Purple right now. So I can come over here and look at my Gatorade Purple. I can see that it isn't here. I'm going to come to the top. I'm going to go Data, Refresh All. And that should show me that my Gatorade Purple is just about there. And I've actually got more drinks stored than I have, that I had called for in my allocation. But again, that's just fooling around. Over here, we have the classes. Everything on this side has a class, whether it's, baking or for coffee making. So you could have sugar in 2 categories. I could have sugar in breakfast, or I could have sugar in beverages, and I could have sugar in condiments, and I could have, just basic sugars. So sugar can be in any of these. I could have sugars in my baking, in my coffee, in my daily consumption. So I can allocate those classes here, for whatever I want. So I could have sugar in 2 places. I could have sugar up in bread because, for baking or whatever. I could have sugar in condiments, and I could have sugar here. And it would all show up in the sugars spreadsheet, which is right here. And again, sugar we're looking at more than we need. Let's go down to 1 here, just, to really bring things up. And then I'll go Data, Refresh, All. And you see that my things change. My maple syrup is way high. Let's just say I have 14 of those. Data, refresh. Now let's want to add something in here. So I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go sugars. And I'm going to go for baking, I think, right? For baking. And I'm going to put more sugar. Because I have sugar for dinner up here. I want sugar for baking. Now let's just go sugar. Let's make it something different just to be easy, because That way you'll have something. It'll show you. That was, yeah. So I'm going to go light brown. Sugar, light brown. And tab over. And it's going to come in a 5 pound. 5 pound. Oh, geez. Let me see. One serving is 2 TSP, right? So, because that's for baking. No, we'll go 1 cup just to be easy. 1 CUP. And you can put whatever into these categories over here. They don't get looked at, these 2 categories. This gets looked at, you know, the item and the class and the protein and the category gets looked at. And then, of course, all this information over here, actually, this information over here provides this and this. These cells will be locked when you get the file. You can come up here and review and unprotect them. I don't have them protected right now because I'm working with the file and making some changes. But when you get the file, if it is protected, let's just say it's protected here, you would go review, unprotect sheet. Oh, it is protected. So that's kind of neat. I'll show you this first of all. It's protected sheet. So if I click over here in one of these areas and try to mess up the formula, it's going to tell me that the cell chart is protected. Now, I can come up here and unprotect it if I want to. You would unprotect the sheet, and then you go back after you're done working and protect the sheet. And I have it set up so you can select locked and unlocked cells, but you can't do anything else with it. I don't know if this box is actually showing up. Let me just check really quickly, if you'll bear with me, and see if these boxes show up on the stream or not. Oh, I guess I could look at Streamlabs. Oh, it isn't showing up. Okay, that's too bad. The drop downs don't show up. I don't like that. But anyway, protect and unprotect sheet. And the point is, if you have to have the help to have your help figure out how to do it, I have no password. So there's no password set to protect or unprotect the sheet, which is the most important part. So you can protect or unprotect the sheet as you want. So I just reprotected it again, which protects all these areas in here, but I can still make changes where I need to. So back to adding an item. We're putting in light brown sugar, and I'm going to say that servings per week, we're going to have 2 servings per week. We're going to say there's 40 servings in a bag in this pack here, this 5 pound bag. And I have 1 bag on hand. All right. So now if I tab over, this fills all this in here, which gives me way that I need. So let's just say I only have a half a bag, or let's do this just to make it easier. Let's just say there's only 10 pounds and it's a 1 pound bag, or 10 servings in a 1 pound bag. I don't know, it's probably like 16 cups or something in a pound. I don't know. But if we tab over, now it shows that we have about 25% of our well, actually, like 40% of our allocation here, more than likely, right? So we're allocated. Our quota is 3. We have 1 stored, so we need 2. That's what that shows you. Now, you notice that isn't here yet. We can take care of that by going to Data, Refresh All. And you can see that it added the light brown sugar in. Okay? That's how you do that. Anyways, and you can move from there. You can, if you need to, at the bottom of the spreadsheet, there's these uncategorized lines. If you needed to make one of these longer, you could copy a bunch of these lines. Say you copy, you want to put 10 more, you'd copy 10 of these lines. Shift, copy, right? And then let's say you wanted to add it to snacks. You come over here. Oh, I got to unprotect the sheet first, sorry. I'd come over here, and insert, and it's going to ask me, oops, sorry about that, I messed up. We're not going to do that. We'll do that in a later tutorial. I don't want to fool around at this point because I'm just going to mess things up here. You could add lines. I just have to go through it a little bit. I just want to make sure that we're careful about this. So anyways, back up to the top here. You saw that we just added into the sugars. We just added. That's how you add that. You add something in and you multiply it from there. Or, you work it from there and it shows you where you are. Now, the next thing that we can do, if you want to, is we're going to go back and view at 100%, and that gives us all the notes over here on the side. Refresh all. If you look over here, it says refresh all to update charts, which refresh all is up here, data and refresh all, okay? Or auto refresh, see notes. So what you can do is you can create a macro. And the way that we create a macro, and all right, you're going to have to, hopefully this will show up. Let me bring up the form here. And then I'm going to go very quickly over to my Streamlabs and see if I can get this box to show up online here. I'm going to put a new one in. Excel. And hi, doggy doodle. What's the matter, girl? Huh? Stop. Easy, easy, easy. There it is. Nice. Okay. So I went to, as you saw, I went to my developer tab here, and then I clicked on Visual Basic, and that brought up this window here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over, we're going to pick the sheet that we're on. I'm going to click on that sheet, and then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to click Worksheet. And that's going to create the form for a macro. We don't want this macro. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to come over here for selection change, and we're going to choose change. Okay? And then we're going to take this one out of the way. Then we're going to put the code right here between these two lines. This workbook this worksheet. I have the note there on the side. Oh, no, it is this workbook. Okay. This workbook. Dot refresh all. And you can click on that right there. Refresh all. You come over here, you hit File. Save. And I'll take that window down for a second and see if it goes away. No. So what I do have to do is, sorry guys, kill that. And that will make this be back to there. Hopefully. Okay. Okay. And we should be fairly quickly here back. Okay. We're back to the Excel spreadsheet. So now what we just did was we created a macro. And Now everything's going to refresh automatically. So let's take a look right here. We can get a big thing if we go with the, let's look at our soda ginger, for instance. I've got allocated or quoted for 40 cases at 3 at a case. I'll just make this a 12 pack, okay? And that's going to change everything over here. And you saw how this changed all by itself. So watch if I go, watch the beverages over here. We're going to change the soda ginger, okay? I'm going to go over here and go to ginger ale, and I'm going to make it so we only got, well, we have 10 cases allocated. Let's say we only got 5 cases on hand. You can see the soda ginger. Kaboom, it just changed. Here, let me go back to view at 130% again, and that way we can see this better. There we go. So we'll go ahead and do this again. You know, I'm just bringing these down to realistically because I only got 2 adults served for 2 months here. So that changes all my numbers. So for Gatorade Punch, I have a quota of 9. That's what I have. That's what I'm going to need at 7 servings a week for 2 adults for 2 months of Gatorade Punch. I get one Gatorade Punch a day. Looks like I get one every these a day. It just made things easier. But say the Gatorade Punch, I get 7. I've got 9 allocated. Let's say I've got 2 on hand. You're going to watch over here. You're going to watch the Gatorade Punch on this side. And you could also watch beverages over here on this side. Okay. So when I change this to, I'll change it to 2, and then I'll change it again. So you can watch this one first. Let's go to 2 and hit enter. Did it? Oh, okay. Well, that didn't do too much. Let's go, well, we could do this. Here, I'm going to cut everything in half. I'm going to say this is for 6 months now. And you'll be able to watch all the charts change at the same time when I go ahead and move this over. You see everything whipped up differently, right? My cereals are way out of whack. Let's just see. This is on the, you know, because I'm messing with things here. Why are my cereals so high? That doesn't make any sense. Cereals? I have something messed up somewhere. Oh, I see. Okay. This came from the template that I put down here. I was just being fancy with the numbers when I did this, you know, so the bottom of the template would look like that. I do have ADHD, folks. Sorry about that. So let's say cereals, right? Breakfast bars. Let's say seven a week. Cream of wheat. We're going to have that twice a week. Rolled oats twice a week. And Jesse's cereal twice a week. And I get my cereal, I get twice a week. Okay. And that should change everything. Everything should be changing a little bit easier there. So I hit tab. That brings us down to there. I still have a huge amount. What's 6 times? Cereals? 6 of these. Oh, okay. I mean, let's go 4, right? 4, 9. Oh, I see. That's all by 1. Okay. Okay. But you can see how things work here. And you can see how things, see how it all moved right there on the side. So now we got a little bit more realistic. The rolled oats, we still have a little bit. Let's go to 12. Watch, you know, the rolled oats over here should change when I hit my tab button. And there you go. You saw it drop down. So that's Inkys Food Storage Planner. This is for anybody that, wants to plan ahead. Like I said, you put in the number of months, you put in the adults served. When you get it, it's going to be left where you have to hit data and refresh all. But I just showed you how to do the macro, and that macro is noted right over here in the notes on the side of the file. How to do that right up here in the corner. Like I said, you just add this. Actually, you just add this workbook. Refresh all when you get over there. Add the middle part of it. And that's how you go. So I hope you all enjoy it. Listen, please go up. Please follow me on Twitch. Look for the Backyard Renegade on YouTube, where I have my boat building projects, and I'll have my silkscreen projects. I'll have my boat design and building projects, like I said. All the other projects that I do, some leather work. We're going to silk screen some shirts, like I say. We're going to design some boats, all again free with freeware that's available online. And then we're going to go ahead and build one of those boats in a manner and in techniques that anybody, any place can use to build a boat of their own, regardless of your skill level. As long as you can swing a hammer and work a saw and turn a screwdriver and hold a sander, you can build these boats. Epoxy resin makes it all possible. It's just it's a miracle cure for anything. It's so much stronger than the wood that if you make a mistake building a boat, you fill it with epoxy, you paint over it, nobody ever knows, and you're not taking anything away from the strength or the safety of your family or your boat. But anyway, that's where we're at. Inkys Food Storage Planner, version 2.0. Like I said, version 3.0 is going to incorporate this box right over here. So you get an outlook somewhere, probably right in this box right here of, I'll copy, I'll come over here. I'll go Format Painter, and I'll click right there. Boom. So now what will happen is, let me just, anyway, so what is going to happen, I'm going to set this up so that this area here reacts like these areas over at here in relation to how many servings an adult needs per week. So I have 28, aside from water, I have 28 stored drinks per week per adult that I've allocated, that I would like to allocate. And that will be, done in a formula with how many adults you're serving for the period of time for the chart, and how many months you'll be serving for. And you'll have, down here, whether or not you've actually put enough into your quota. Like right now, I only have 391 servings. I know that at 28 for 2 people for 6 months, that isn't enough. I haven't really put in enough yet. So, or maybe I have, whatever. But the point is, I want to be able to see down here whether I've allocated enough for the month, not just how many I've allocated, but based on this number, whether I've allocated enough for the month. And that'll be reflected here. And that'll probably be version 3 in the next couple of weeks. I have another plan to put an update link up here. It'll be an internet link for you if you want to use it. Click on it. It'll look at this. It'll compare to a page on the website, and it'll just let you know if your file is up to date or it needs to update or not. If there's anything, just a quick check. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to make this video that long. This is Inkys Food Storage Planner. It's free online at backyardrenegade.com/downloads. On Twitch, I am the Backyard Renegade. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube at the Backyard Renegade. I also ride my motorcycle around a lot on Twitch and go fishing and just do twisties on the roads and vacation around the Northeast outside when I'm not stuck in here with my ADHD doing computer programming. Thank you much for stopping by. I don't know if anybody was there or not. Again, my computer system won't allow me to monitor and do at the same time. So thanks for stopping in. Have yourself a great evening. Download the program. use it, pass it along to your friends. I really, really wanted to get it out there. I think that it'll be useful for a lot of people, especially the next couple of, I'd say the next few months, but let's say the next year or two. It would be nice to have a little bit of an idea of where you stand on your food storage, in case, whatever, another epidemic or whatever might happen. Thanks for watching, and